Welcome to this latest narration of the web series Accidentally Adopted. If you're new to the series, there is a playlist listed down below in the description, and as always, I hope that you enjoy. Part 4, Chapter 7, Hammerfall. Log 6,001.0.16. Personal, Captain Yormdrill. The tactic Gregory had proposed is not a new one, but we met the reinforcing squadrons before the local day broke. I could see by the way they strode from their shuttle with weapons in their upper hands and their sidearm in their dominant lower hands that these were fighting men. I can hardly imagine using only two arms to stabilize my rifle, let alone using my free hand to fire a pistol. Gregory simply raised an eyebrow, as if he was wondering how effective the technique could be. The officers began to introduce themselves, but Gregory interrupted them, saying, "I don't intend to embarrass myself getting your names wrong." He pointed to each of them in turn. "I'll call you Red Leader, you Blue Leader, and you Green Leader. Your squads are Red, Blue, and Green squads, respectively. You can call me Sneaky, and our squad is Sneaky Squad." Blue Leader seemed to rankle. "And who are you to give orders?" "I asked for veterans," Gregory began flatly. "What are you a veteran of?" "Foreboding actions, repelling. I am a veteran of a planetary resistance, to the consumptives, a planetary assault landing, 32 combat drops, 3 boarding actions, and 4 repelling actions. I have either been in or training or combat since I was 10 years old. When you ask who I am to give orders, here's the answer. I am the man on this planet who could take out every last one of those gangers without them ever seeing me once. I am one man on this planet who has taken part in destabilizing a superior enemy force. I am the one man in this planet who knows what the void he's talking about. I'm Voiding Sneaky, the one from the memes, and I'm here to teach this part of the galaxy what happens if you touch my family. Fall in, Marine, and shut up until you have something less stupid to say." So calm was his tirade that it unsettled Blue Leader, who simply shifted his feet while Green Leader asked, "Are you some kind of sniper?" which Gregory answered by nodding. So he followed up, "With the plasma caster?" "It wouldn't be my first choice. Low projectile velocity. Very obvious when firing. Low penetration. It can do the work, though." "We do not have many snipers outside of the anti-pirate fleets, and this force is ad hoc. We could probably get you a magnetic accelerator, though. Our Master at Arms keeps a very well-stocked armory." "Please, see if you can arrange, but I don't want to wait around for it. Like I said, I can do the work." Red Leader interjected, "This as well. We also wish to get the work done. It is clear that you have the most relevant experience. Yours is the command." "Wonderful. Okay. What are your squad compositions? What, if any, specialists do you have?" Red Leader began. "My squad is comprised of all former anti-piracy Marines. We don't have any planetary experience, but the city is not too different from the stations that we've boarded. I can command it either as an assault force, flank support, or fire support." Green Leader followed. "My men have repelled multiple boarding actions, and we don't have experience fighting in such open areas. However, we have a high degree of accuracy, since our ship drills regularly. I felt a little chagrined at that, as so few of us passed Gregory's test to join his rescue mission due to how lax I was, and am at firearms training." Blue Leader grudgingly followed. "We're mainly a salvage outfit. We have some cutting and demolitions equipment, and the know-how to use it. Otherwise, we fended off multiple scorched scavenger attacks." "Did any of you bring any sustained fire weapons?" Blue Leader answered, "One of my small teams has a mining laser that can be used as a crew-served weapon. Each of my fire teams has a rapid-fire magnetic accelerator. On rapid fire, they can sustain a 5-second stream before reloading the ferrous block," Red Leader said. "The laser beam lasts around 10 seconds. My squad only has the carbines," Green Leader said. "Link to my visor without assets. I believe that we can convince most of the hostiles to surrender or flee before assaulting the building. Let's get one thing clear now. We do not shoot if they surrender. We do not back the criminals into a corner." I was crouched beneath a windowsill on the 3rd floor of a building, overlooking a narrow street. Gregory was right. Our limited activities had encouraged bolder patrols. This one was 40 men and a ground vehicle with what looked like a heavily modified industrial cutting laser mounted in the back. They would not have stood a chance against Sneaky's squad. I rose up slowly and lined up my opening shot on the gunner in the vehicle. Gregory signaled the start by taking the head off the Turunti, who was very obviously shouting orders. Her abdomen walked her headless torso along for a few more paces before it collapsed into a chitinous heap. I put the gunner out of our misery and idly wondered if the ganger leader was related to a certain defense barrister. I had not been the only one to choose a target, and the lucky few gangers who had tossed down their weapons were allowed to live, allowed to see more of us, and carry the same message of how to survive back to their fellows, along with the reminder that they can't count on being so lucky twice. The next time, they might be the opening target. I find myself disturbed by just how much carnage the gangers are willing to absorb. We want their leaders, not them. Perhaps they fear their leaders more than us. I feel this will not remain the case. After the battle, we instructed red and green squads to circle around to the opposite side of the ganger headquarters and ambush a ganger patrol that was likely to be in the area, while blue squad came with us to ambush a larger patrol force. This one, perhaps 60 men. They panicked the moment Gregory took the leg off one of the two team leaders. They fired wildly all about them, screamed curses, prayers, and calls to their mothers or fathers to come save them. The lower accuracy of our teammates led to a larger number of wounded, and we let the 5 survivors drag them away. Then it was time to do it again. By the 5th ambush, they began to surrender before half of them were either dead or wounded. They were relieved of their weapons and sent away with the same message, and a reminder that some always die before the surrender. We were preparing our 10th ambush of a very large force. It looked to be over 100, but we saw they had one of their number in bonds and were carrying their weapons by the barrels, with either the stocks or grips towards the sky. I recognized one of the lieutenants. "Lay down your arms," Gregory announced, with the help of some speakers placed for the purpose. They did so. "Now march forward until I say stop. Stop. Place your hands on your heads and kneel, except for the 4 of you holding that void sucker. Good. Now wait there." Gregory ordered Blue Squad to cover us, and we came out into the open to receive our prisoner. "He wants to know why we're doing this," Quindrum translated. "Because you touch my family, you get to help teach a lesson," Gregory said before whopping the top of his foot into the side of the officer's knee, sending him sprawling to the ground. "And the lesson is to never do that. The rest of you, walk forward slowly. If I see you with weapons, you won't see me. You will just die." The massive surrender was a balm to my soul. I had begun to fear that annihilation was the only option. "Instruct the shuttle that his cell is to have no mattress or blankets. He is to be fed bread and water until time can be made for his judgment," Gregory ordered, while the retreating gangers were still in earshot. It was unfortunate that the other team did not have such an event. Their 4 ambushes had gone much the same way as our previous ones. "Dear Diary, things are starting to look a little better. Mum says that the gangers on the planet have started surrendering instead of fighting, so that's good. On top of that, the Justicar is here, and will be able to start holding trials tomorrow. She is an impressive ship. The light of justice in the darkness seems to sort of glide through space. It's a bit intimidating to be so close to her. And with 100 magistrates and their retinues on board, I think that instead of finding a penal ship to send someone to, they'll have to commission one and give her a fitting difficult mission. Yoiv has been going around telling everyone that he knew that Sneaky would rescue him from the very start, so he wasn't afraid at all. I caught him crying in Greg's berth, though. If he wasn't afraid before, he is now. The ship's other littles are all convinced that it's all better now, but Yoiv has his own fears, his own worry. My job isn't over. Mission Log 6, date 165, name Gregory George. Mission, Planetary Rescue. Mission Objectives, rescue Linus from unknown hostiles connected to a shady lawyer. Linus located on planet. Shuttle company name determined, shuttle by green. Gang identified, gang headquarters identified, likely information vector identified, information vector obtained, large number of gangers in hiding. Linus has escaped. Linus secured. Linus has rescued other kidnapped victims. Exfiltrate Linus and other kidnapped victims. Linus and hostages rescued. Objective complete. Eliminate or neutralize all hostiles. 1 hostile neutralized non-lethally. 1 hostile eliminated. 6 hostiles eliminated. 1 potential hostile neutralized. 8 hostiles eliminated. 9 hostiles neutralized. 3 potential hostiles neutralized. 53 hostiles eliminated. 8 hostiles neutralized. 58 hostiles eliminated, 9 hostiles neutralized. 224 hostiles eliminated, 215 hostiles neutralized. 1 lieutenant captured. Teach the criminal element a lesson. 1 example provided, 1 demonstration provided, 3 demonstrations provided, 9 examples provided, 5 demonstrations provided, 8 examples provided, 2 demonstrations provided, 9 examples provided, 2 messengers sent, 13 demonstrations provided, 55 examples provided, 24 messengers sent, 1 responsible party acquired. Mission parameters: minimize collateral casualties, minimize collateral property damage, evade detection by station security, minimize station damage, protect allies. Potential action plan: continue eliminating patrols, continue accepting surrenders, begin planning building assault. Observations irrelevant to mission. Bleewusses have a pretty okay combat skills. Reinforcements are good brothers.
Dear Loggery, I'm afraid Sneaky will get hurt. I'm afraid Daddy will get hurt. I want them to come home right now. Tran says that he's making sure that no other kids get left behind. Sneaky and Daddy are heroes. I want them home.
End of chapter. I would just like to thank the T5 supporters: Bushmaster 117, Casper Arnholtz, Dragzoon W.R.E, Elijah Silvercross, Gray, Jon Creighton, and Sevaren Serberous. Thank you very much.